Hey everybody, it's Rob Nazarian with Talk Android, and it's finally here. The Sprint EVO 4G LTE made by HTC. Well, my unit's finally here. I believe it is going to be available, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm trying to remember the date. I think it's the 18th of May. We're getting our hands on it now. And we had a chance to see this phone a little over a month ago in New York. It's pretty much the same device, but this is the box, the unboxing here, and a quick initial look. So this is what it'll look like when you get it. It's pretty simple and straightforward here. We have the phone, and inside you have your usual stuff, your charger, and the instructions. Now, this is essentially the same phone as the 1X. As far as design, though, it's not, and a couple of other things. Basically, the biggest change is the backing here. As you can see, this is where a lot of people are complaining on the look on this, and I agree. I'm not in love with this two-tone look here. Basically, this is aluminum casing that's been anodized, and this right here is a very nice texture. It feels great, similar to the regular 1X. This here was designed this way in talking with reps for the fact that they wanted to be able to open it for a micro SD slot, which the 1X Global and AT&T version does not have. There is no micro SD capability. 16 gigs comes on board, but this is what Sprint wanted to do. And a lot of people can, this is all on Sprint. I know for a fact that Sprint worked with HTC a lot on this design. And of course we have the kickstand here, which is back in the third version, so that's very nice. The phone itself is 8.9 millimeters thin, which I think is a little thinner than the HTC 1X. This is the HTC 1X right here. You can see very, so there's going to have the same screen, 4.7 inches. As far as the processor, they're the same, 1.5 gigahertz Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 and 1 gigabyte of RAM. The same 8 megapixel camera with image sense and 1.3 in the front, and ICS Sense 4.0 is on board. The battery is a little bit bigger here. You're getting 2,000 milliamps. It's LTE for Sprint. Of course, there isn't any LTE available right now. But it's coming. 6 markets: Atlanta, Baltimore, Dallas, Houston, Kansas City, and San Antonio. When they'll light up, probably not until June, towards the end of June. AT&T already has many LTE markets. I'm not sure the count, around maybe 20 or so. So there's NFC on board. So back on the screen is 4.7 inch. It's 720p, Super LCD too. I mentioned the SD cards in the back. On the side here, you do. Oh, the other thing you have here, which is very nice, is the dedicated camera button, shutter button. So that is very nice. That's something that Sprint worked with HTC on. You have your USB port here, and your microphone jack, and that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Let's turn it on. Power button's up on top. Oh, there it goes. So get this thing on, and like I said, this is going to be a lot like the as far as the software goes. It's going to be the same as the HTC 1X that we opened, did that hands-on. So it's going to be very similar. The only difference is you see Sprint at the beginning here. Of course, you see the 4G LTE, which we don't have. Beats Audio, that reminds me right there, Beats Audio is on board, just like the regular 1X. See if there's anything else here that I forgot as this thing is loading. Google Wallet is on board as well. Now, in this particular version is not the final version, I'm told. So, well, it didn't load there. That's interesting. Yeah, so Google Wallet's not the final version. Let's see if it comes on this time. I think it feels good in the hands, but that back does feel funny when you have the different texture, even in your hands. But hey, if you're a Sprint customer, there's no question this is the phone to get. And you know, it could be a lot worse. I like the kickstand. I like the red accent. Like I said, I wouldn't have designed it this way, but I don't think it's worth, you know, shouting all over about it. Alright, I think we were up this time. I don't know what happened on that first boot. Taking a little bit of time here. So you got the normal sense lock screen here. No, it's still not. I know it's not up, but alright, so basically or definitely have some issues here. Hands-free activation, contacting network, cancel. So now we're going through some of the setup here. Skip. Okay. Next. We'll agree with the location. I really don't care. Right now we're going to forget the Dropbox. Set up accounts. We'll just forget it right now. Let's finish. Of course, that reminds me, Dropbox, you're going to get 2 years, 25 gigabytes, which is nice. So we have 3G. And of course, you're going to go through some help stuff here. Forget the tips. And so basically, you have your Sense 4 lock screen, where you can, you know, quickly go into different things, where you can customize it yourself. You can see here it is a little different. They're giving you a Google Apps folder already on the main page, where you didn't have that on the 1X. So obviously it's customized a little different. Those are the screens that are, you know, right out of the box. What's Sprint is set up here with the large widgets, as you can see. In the settings, of course, you have your personalize, and you have the usual stuff here: wallpaper, lock screen shortcuts. You can set your scene and your skins. As far as bloatware, Dropbox is, you know, I wouldn't call that bloatware. That's actually useful. But you have your HTC hub, HTC mobile guide, the media shares on there for the optional attachment for your TV. Facebook's already on board. The movie editor's on. Of course, that's personalize. Of course, the usual Google app, Sprint Zone's on there. Stocks app. Whoops, didn't mean to hit that. There's Google Wallet already on board. And so, not a huge amount of bloatware, so not bad. Of course, you can go into your frequently used apps. Which stock's already made it there. Just turn on the phone for the first time and you can see your downloads there. Now, the camera, I'll give you a quick look again at the camera for those of you who haven't seen it. This is obviously a really good camera. Just put something down here to take a picture of. Basically, out of the box. Now, in the setup, it's going to be set up to widescreen for shots. It's set up at 8 megapixel, and that is widescreen, so you can change that. There's all kinds of settings here, white balance, the works. Over here in camera options, you can change it to 4:3 or leave it at widescreen. I like the 4:3. Over here you can go with HDR, panorama, portrait, all kinds of choices here. And then of course here you can go in with distortion, all this stuff here, dots, mono, vintage, grayscale. We have a lot of the samples on the HTC One X AT&T review, so you can see a lot of those there. I don't know that I'll go, when I review this, I don't know that I'll go into all those, because it's pretty much the same camera. Having the shutter button dedicated is nice. So basically, you know, it's simple. You can go in, take a picture, and you know, it's quick. You can, you know, do it pretty quick. It focuses and goes quick. But what you can do is go right in the burst mode and just hold it down, and right there I'm grabbing a bunch of shots. You let go and all of them will come up, and you can go through and delete all of them. Select one. If you think that's the best one, you can click best shot, or you can go in the delete mode here, and the one I had selected is already X'd, and I can say delete these and keep the rest. Right now, you know, we'll just say right now this is the best shot, and you're done. You can also have your shots automatically uploaded to Dropbox, which is nice. Now the other thing is you can take video, 1080p video right here, which is what I'm doing right now, and at the same time right here hit the camera button, and actually let's hit it here, and bingo, it takes a picture. So that's a full 8 megapixel picture while you're taking video. I'll stop the video now. Now from the video you can grab shots as well, but they won't be 8 megapixel. They'll be, I don't know what they're considered, maybe 3 megapixel, whatever. They'll be at the ratio of 1920 by 1080 would be the max you could get. So whoops. So I don't know what I was doing there. Maybe I didn't really hit the record button before, but let's do it again. So I'm recording. Take a picture. I think what happened there is maybe when I hit this button, I stopped it. Okay, so basically that's how that works. So I didn't even know that, since the HTC, the AT&T One X doesn't have the dedicated button here. So when you're videoing and you want to take a picture, you have to go with this button here. If you press this one, it will stop the video. So bingo, there's your picture while videoing. So I can hit this or this to stop the video. So that's how that works. Okay. So lesson learned there. So that's pretty much in a nutshell. It's, like I said, the same SensePoint 4 that you would get. There's the AT&T version, and I got it locked. So basically, you know, it's the same look. Everything is the same. Smooth. They're both the same processors. Hands down, this is the best phone, I think. The One X in general is the best phone, and of course if you're on Sprint, this is the best phone to get. Yes, this is an issue, but really it's not a huge deal. I really like it. The viewing angles are also very nice. You can really see at different viewing angles. Very good. It's a beautiful screen, the best screen on any phone to date. And you know, as far as the Galaxy S3, right now I'm liking this phone better. I did get a chance to play with the Galaxy S3 a couple days ago, and I really do like what I'm seeing here from HTC. And what can I say? We'll do a full review. Probably won't be too much different than the AT&T One X, but we'll go through it and you know, look at the differences with the kickstand and all that good stuff, and compare anything else that's unusual or weird. But overall, definitely a great phone, and you should be, if you're an original EVO owner, you should definitely be running to the Sprint store as soon as this comes out. Thanks for watching. This is Rob Nazarian with Talk Android.